Alright. So, this should be working. I just want to confirm. I did real quick. Wait. Is it working? Okay, now I'm just hearing my stream on my stream. So we just gotta turn that down. So we're good to go. We're gonna do a public match. I turned off in-game mic stuff so no one can hear me unless you're watching the stream. So no one in-game is gonna be able to hear me. That's good. Let me just make sure everything's going on. So we're actually gonna prestige real quick. Because we actually just got to the point to where we can. So you get over to Soldier, Dossier, and Prestige. So we're gonna do that. And that's gonna take all of our classes off, reset our rank, and we're gonna have to completely get back all the way to rank 45 in order to use our guns. So that's for when we're gonna do any Easter egg stuff. That's where I make sure I'm rank 45 and don't prestige. I'm prestiged because I'm just going to level up back to rank 45. It also gives me more rewards. We're also going to take and do an order. It should be pretty easy as we're simply going to do the gambler one. Okay, yes, as you can see, we don't have any of these. And our weapons are completely unbuilt. Funny thing is, this weapon is still built, but everything is locked. Doesn't happen for any weapon other than that. We're just going to take our 1911 and change it to the Jupiter weapon variant, and we're just going to begin. This is the first time stream actually having it being shown. Fortunately, our weapons do still get to keep any camos you had. So we're just going to equip some camos real quick. Just camos on weapons. Shouldn't be too bad. We're just going to do carbon stripes for shotguns because we have it, the option. I'm also stalling to see if anyone's actually joined the stream. So we got all the shotguns. And we do snipers. For snipers, we do have also carbon stripes, which we'll do for snipers. We're actually doing some Easter egg attempt for the hardcore Easter egg of this, but unfortunately we failed. As you can see, we have all our guns, and we don't have any attachments. We have to get to a higher level before we can unlock those. We have so the fun thing about our snipers is we have Greased for the Lee Enfield, Patriot for the Carabin. We have the Prospector for the lever action. We have the Combatant 2 for the light machine guns. We're just going to do camouflage. And we actually have the Black Noir camo for those. We also have the Landship 2 for the Lewis. The Gorilla for the MG15. And the Zipper 2 for the MG42, which actually looks really nice. Just makes it look like a much more sleek and more modern looking LMG. The funny thing is we also have the Mold Breaker 2 for the VMG. I actually have this right here, and we do not have a paint job. We did add a weapon charm to it. We had the Anvil. I think it's right there. On multiplayer, we actually have this weapon done. And for submachine guns, we do have one camo with submachine guns, which I think is kind of sad. Because out of all the camos, we only have 1. And you can do multiplayer challenges for camos, but that requires you to get kills, and that's just a Call of Duty thing. So we only have Victory or Jade, and I prefer Jade. We do have the Rosie for the grease gun, nothing for the PPSH, but we do have a camo and a paint job for that. Nothing for the. We do have camo and a paint job for this. I believe we actually have 2 paint jobs. No, you just have unnamed. That's fine. And of course, we don't have anything for this. Give it a paint job. We don't have anything for the WAF. And we do have this. This is actually automatically unlocked with any weapon you have for some reason. And we do have the pipe bomb for this gun specifically for the EMP-42, so we can, or 44, so we can level that up, but that's it. For rifles, we have the front line for the M1 Grand, and we actually also have the woodland stripes for these, and we have the paint job pizza I like to equip, along with a weapon charm. Nothing for the SVT. Nothing for the STG-44. This is actually the SVT STG. We do have the stripe happy for the FG-42. We also equipped a weapon charm for some reason. Nothing for the bar, but we do have the camo, so we'll just put a camo on. We have the Savior and the Battle Watch, which both look decent for this. And both are actually pretty much the exact same weapons. So we're just going to go with the Savior. Right now, we'll go with the Battle Watch. Looks darker, and we'll of course give it the camo. Funny thing with this weapon is it normally actually has a handle, but this switches it to be used differently. Nothing for the M1A1 carbine. We do have this, which is automatically unlocked. And we actually do have the Usurper for the GBD 79. We also have Black Noir for the pistols, which looks very nice. Nothing for the machine pistol. And nothing for the 9mm SAP. It also does keep its camo for some reason. It's just enchanted. If you select any of these, it actually doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect them. I don't know why they just X out. It's a completely acceptable standard pistol that you can start out with. So, you know, oh well. So let us find a match, a public match, and we'll just begin. Equip the... And as you can see, we do have the unfortunate news of we have to select a class, and none of these classes are actually good, except for maybe Free Fire, which actually does have what we need, the Free Fire class specifically. Due to the fact that we can't create a class, we don't have any of the perks, which is very unfortunate for us, but that's why we're not going to go actually for anything for the Easter egg. We can show you in this stream how to begin the Easter egg for this specific thing. We'll just show you. This guy is using a variant, so we'll just show you right here. As you can see, this gun does have the no rear sights, unfortunately, and it has a stock and a barrel at the same time. So that's something you should know. So I'm actually going to do something real quick. If you'll give me a moment, I got to turn off my fan. What we gotta do. It is round 4, so we're just going to melee zombies. And we're going to see if any of these have been found. If you haven't, you can actually look up on this window and up here. And on either of those locations, it can be that. That is the red one right there. And you'll be able to see if there's one up there or not. There is not. And now we're going to look on top of this building. If we do not see one there, there's not one there. And instead we're actually going to look up here. None up there. Right now. I don't know why. And we're actually going to look up here. That will be a green one if you were to find one up there. But if you want to find the yellow one, then you'll have to look in different locations. And it can be in that windowsill, so we'll just grab this. And I've actually found 2 out of 3 of the keepsakes. I've actually found the 3rd one, but we have to go over into the pub. So we have to open this specific door in order to do that. But before we do that, we do want to buy the ability to actually deal more damage with melee weapons, because that'll be very important. Melee weapons are objective. You can find the green one up there, and you can also find the green one over there, also where you can find it. And you can find either the yellow or the red one in between these buildings, up on this strong point. Up here behind this banner you can find one of them. In the start room you can find the yellow one, and you can also find the yellow one near the start room, and the red one near the start room. There's some problems with the internet connection apparently, so we'll have to solve that. But as you can see, we have 5 kills, and we also have like the lowest score due to the fact that we just started. In order to buy better melee damage, we actually have to melee zombies in order to do damage. If we want to, we can use some bullets into the zombies to gain some extra points. This pistol variant actually has an ability that allows it to deal more damage if you hit the chest of a zombie. It is round 6, so 7 bullets isn't going to do that much. But we can safely pull an entire mag into these zombies. If you do that, we end up hitting them with bullets. Full meter means nothing to us. We're also getting a ton of notifications to our phone. And we're going to continue getting these. We got a zombie supply drop, and we got something else, which is useful, so we're just going to be mailing these guys, and we do get an insta-kill, which is perfect for us right now, due to the fact that we have the inability to one-hit melee them at this point in the game. However, once we get the melee perk that increases melee damage, that will actually give us a really useful ability, which I'll show you, to allow us to one-hit melee the zombies until wave 16. Wave 15, there are pests, and you'll actually still one-hit the pests even during the earlier waves due to just how less HP the pests have. They're just so easy to kill that it's basically a kill no matter what by increased melee damage. We're actually going to go over here and look in this window. There can be a specific thing that allows you to see what the number is, but it looks like they're all in the other area. You actually need to find for these, so we're going to gain enough points to unlock the door, and we'll show you that. We're not worried about getting down. The only thing we're worried about is killing zombies and getting enough points. So as you can see, we're ranking up slowly but surely. I mean, we're already ranked 2. if we do beat the boss, I will get a lot of rank experience, and doing later rounds will also help. These guys are collecting the box. There's actually an Easter egg you can do to get the classic TPSH, which requires you to find 4 bowls and pour money in them. So as you can see, we have a way of one-hitting zombies. This also actually gives us a really easy way of killing the Westlings, or the Wustlings, whatever you like to call them. They're not only extremely useful, but killing them is one of the things you just need to learn how to do. And if you can't kill them with a melee weapon, then you might as well be screwed over. That nuke is very, very bad. I did not want to get that nuke right there. I didn't even pick it up, someone else did. We want to kill as many zombies as we can while we have double points, because we get 260 points per kill with double points. We get 2 more kills with that. That does nerf us. If we were to going for the hardcore Easter egg for an earlier wave, like wave 16, the challenge specifically, we would want to kill as little zombies as possible during later waves where we want to do specific steps. All we have to do is go over here and we'll find the red artifact, keepsake. Also, for killing zombies, I'd recommend pulling out your shovel, as it doesn't give you that lunge animation. There are actually a couple of methods of getting out of that animation. So right here, you can see we have a bowl. This area actually has an area we can find it. So yellow is 9. And what you're going to want to do is you want to think of this like a clock. I've actually been taught this by someone I played with. What we're going to do is we're going to put all of the keepsakes over here, and we're going to find which one ties with yellow. So this one ties with yellow, so we change it to 9, which is going to be here, and we're going to go ahead and go and find the red one. The couch tells us nothing, so we're actually going to look up here in this building. Most people actually don't know you can go up here, and you're going to find that. And so that is going to say something. As you can see, it's very hard to see. But that also says 9, so we're going to do it as 9. We're going to avoid getting down right now, because that's very important for us to avoid. And we're going to change red to 9. We only have to flick it 3 times in order to change it to 9. Once we do that, start flicking this until you cannot do it anymore, and that'll open up for you to get the thing you want. We unfortunately did get down, but we're not too worried about that. We're just going to shoot as many zombies with our gun as we can. Fortunately for us, our guy is getting us back up, so we're fine. We're also rank 3 now, so getting down was actually helpful. And we did keep our perk due to our ability, which allows us, the first time we get down, we get to keep our perk. This is a good sign for us to purchase some armor. And we're actually going to continue switching it around, so we're just going to go ahead and kill these zombies with a melee weapon. The problem with the melee weapon kills is they're not as reliable, so we just do this. And that will open up and it will give us the record. You can also find out which one the green one is by utilizing a very specific area. Up there, you're going to find that you can actually do a very specific step. If you do not do the step, you'll be fine. So we'll show you how to do this real quick. Go over to this trap, activate it, look up, go forward and hold this button, and that will release this blue one, which no, the green one, it'll show 5, and as you can see, the green one was at 5. So you don't need to get this, but if you really want to, you can. So now that we have the record, we can go do other steps, which involves grabbing what we like to call the more important room areas, also known as the hardcore Easter egg requires the Tesla gun variants. And that requires your time and effort in order to get those variants by wave 16 enough for you to kill the final boss. Once you kill the final boss, you get a unique ending that I will not spoil for anyone watching. Unfortunately, in every single attempt I've done, I've ended up failing, but there are methods of getting the first area of the Tesla gun variants, specifically known as the batteries. And you need a total of a few of these batteries. So, yeah. Once you get all 4 of these batteries, you'll be able to do this. What you want to do is you want to get Tesla gun by wave 6. And then you want to grab the Westling to grab the battery, and then you want to kill the bombers with a trap, because traps don't actually give you money if you kill a zombie with a trap. And once you kill the zombie with the trap, you're good. We're not going to grab that nuke because it's a waste. Nukes and insta-kills aren't good in the when you're doing it, because insta-kill and nukes will lower the amount of money you get. And getting the bomber kills as early as possible is also important. Once again, what's going to happen is this is going to go in here, and that is going to start making the door, so we're just going to kill some zombies. Insta-kills don't matter to me, because they don't do anything. And that's just going to do that. You're going to get a bunch of vibrating and stuff as you make this. So just continue along as if nothing has happened. Alright, wave 10 at the 16 wave challenge where you do the special ending and you have to like save, or you have to do something, I don't know. You do something, I forgot what it was. I know what it was, but I forgot. It's like something you don't want to know. So if you haven't done the hardcore Easter egg, cover your ears or skip this part. If you have done the hardcore Easter egg, then you may hear and listen. The thing is the save Klaus by wave 16. So if you didn't want to hear that and didn't skip ahead, a problem on your part. But we're going to want to grab this whistling, which happens to be still alive, because someone didn't grab it. So we're basically screwed over until we can get a Westling at a later part. So we're going to show you how we get the Westling at that part. We also want to do a specific thing at wave 15. That does require some time. Now there's Westling. I actually need him. The Westling should follow me. No. I think the other guy touched him. Westling, come here, come here. No! I'm done. I hate this game. People are the worst. This is why you can't do it by wave 16 with multiple people. You can do it with multiple people, but you have to be the one to grab the whistling, because if someone else kills it, it's just over. Sir, you can die now. Kill the bomber. Kill the bomber. You really, really want to. The funny part about these 4 starting classes is they're all pretty just bad. They can be decent. Medic one's a nice medical build, but you don't really get any extra guns or extra ammunition. In this build, I only get 2 guns, which severely nerfs my ability to use weapons. I like holding 3 guns. Oh, whistling. I have an idiot. Just to revive the player like this, I have this really cool strategy called just retreating and not dying. Now we take... No! Get these players to let the whistling live. Let it live. What did it do to you? I mean, I guess it did count someone, but we don't care. The funny thing about our perks is if we look at our loadout. Oh, that's your bomber. Come here, boy. So, since none of these players know how to actually unlock a Pack-a-Punch, let's just go do that. We also get access to one gun, so I'm just going to go with the Jupiter. I'm just going to make it dual-wield explosive. Someone did open this door, and believe it or not, they did not get rid of that panel. Panel you have to get rid of. So what we're going to do is we're going to start unlocking the Pack-a-Punch. The funny thing about our plan is we're also going to need to grab another specific weapon in order to actually deal damage. So Jupiter might not actually work for us at all. We're not going to have to Pack-a-Punch this. We're going to use a random number generator to see what gun we get to actually use. So let me show you how we do that. Our first step is to not die, and instead we're just going to kill this guy. We're not going to worry about getting any variants. Except for one. It's the easiest variant to get. So funny thing is we actually have to pick up the Tesla gun barrel. What we're going to do is we're actually going to use a random number generator, which is going to go from 1 to 20, and what happens is this generator will tell us what gun we will get to use. I like to challenge myself sometimes, so changing it to 20 gives us access to the 16 different guns. So we get option 9, which is the M1941. Honestly, a good option. The M1941 can be found over here. Go directly up here. That's where the sniper is. The M1941 is right here. Just grab that. And that gives us this. An excellent option for any weapon utilized for fully automatic. It's called the Battle Watch. 23 bullets per mag. Isn't the most, but it'll definitely be better than what it was. So we're just going to melee these guys for some points. Headshot. Deal with that son of a gun. Now that we have an actual gun, we can actually not die. It's also red for some reason. I don't know why the guns just get red. Our next option is actually to pick up the barrel, because it's actually a specific zombie that spawns during this phase, but we ignore that. Also, I'm pretty sure we actually forgot a crucial step, because we didn't. Go into the disposal tube, and press this button. The funny thing about this stage is it's actually important to use, but since we don't want to use it for the reason that we don't actually have, we're just going to kill all these guys and let it go. So this area is actually used for a stage in the Easter egg. It's specifically to use the zombies that spawn at that time to kill them for something you need to do. We're not going to Pack-a-Punch this. We're going to replace it. I mean, it does look nice. It does have a nice fire. It's also well animated, having the option to actually have the slide come back. So, now we go to the next one. And as you can see, the disposal tubes are very obvious. So we're just going to cleave through these guys, and we're going to show you where the second one is. Welcome to the stream. We're going to go through this disposal tube. I think it's here. Press the switch. And now we actually have one more to do. You can actually tie it very easily with the last one we need to do. There's a way of telling which ones are which. The MP40 should be on this wall. And you'll notice this door is already open. So we actually have to go up here. In And what we next have to do is have the orders we can do, but we don't really care about those as much. So the homeless people are going to try to attack us, but we're going to go through the other disposal tube. And you just go through this one right here. Once you've done that, that will unlock this button. Press it, Pack-a-Punch is unlocked, and Pack-a-Punch again. It's called upgrading instead of Pack-a-Punch. You can actually double tap it for the original camo, and that'll look nice. And when we have a Pack-a-Punched weapon, it's nice, fully automatic, has a nice fire rate, along with a good amount of firepower. So now, we're going to start going for perks. This is a Call of Duty game, especially a Zombies game, so perks are very important. The first perk is Stamina Up. This perk allows us to sprint faster and for a longer duration. It's not called Stamina Up in this game, but it is an actual perk. But here, this, and once we've done that, we can actually use the sprint, head all the way down here, and here we will find another perk commonly used, which makes you reload faster. Continue heading along here till we find another perk we can use. We can go up here or back in the other area, it doesn't really matter as much. But we'll head over here into the pub.
We do not need protection.
And once we've reached the pub, we will find increased weapon damage, which we can grab. And then the last perk we will need is Quick Revive, which allows you to revive players quicker. This is my perk loadout for any multiplayer game, because it is we don't actually need better melee damage at this point. We also hear a Brenner. If I had to guess, that guy had to deal with it. The Brenner actually drops his head, which we're going to go and grab that and use it for our next purpose. So what we can do, we can grab the head, and we're going to take it all the way over to here, and we're going to show you what we need that for. You can kill the Brenner very early. This guy obviously needs his head. We're going to take it over here, shine it on that, and it will reveal a battery. We can then bring the head back over to our good old friends. And we'll just drop it right here. You can also go for having 5 perk slots, which is nice, if you want to have an additional perk. But since this game is not really like the Black Ops game, it doesn't give you access to Juggernog, which is pretty interesting. Instead, it gives you access to armor. It does kind of limit your ability to use different perks, but it also gives you some better options. Higher damage is really useful, and I'd say the game is pretty much unplayable without that option, because your damage actually goes up by such a high amount when you have the perk itself. It doubles your damage output, which means it'll take you a lot less bullets to kill zombies. The funny thing about this gun is actually an open bolt design. Our next mission is to transport this device, so we're going to go and do that. Once we transfer this device, we will be able to spawn in another Brenner. Brenner is actually guaranteed to spawn at this point. When you get the second one and you're ready, you can actually get Predator tank. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue doing this. Also, I love how 3 of us have the exact same classes. Even though I very obviously do not. It actually says I have that. Because for some reason, I don't know. So we're kind of going here is we're on round 15. This is actually very off schedule for any actual hardcore type of run. In terms of hardcore Easter egg. If you get these guys by round 15, you're pretty much lost. So this is going to go all the way back here, and eventually this will just land right here, and you just have to kill one more, and we're good. That's going to land there. And the funny part about this phase is once you pick up the core, we'll show you what happens there. So we pick up the core, and that actually triggers, you should trigger a Brenner to spawn right up here. The next part is this game is off schedule even for most multiplayer games I've played. I've had multiplayer games played where we got the Tesla gun by wave 7 through 10. And this one we haven't even gotten it by wave 16, which means the Brenner spawned in before we had the chance to actually get the gun, which is kind of strange to me. We're also rank 5 now, which means we have unlocked custom class option. So now what is going to happen is we're actually going to be at the stage where we can now assemble the Tesla gun, and there's not going to be a single random nerd blocking us because we are. It's also the quickest way to get a Brenner head, which is important for the normal Easter egg and the hardcore Easter egg. And isn't that we can actually pick up the Tesla gun, make sure we still have this. And we no longer hold our pistol. I kind of like the mod system of this game, which makes you much more customizable and gives you some options that aren't really perks, but also give you the option of improving your total effectiveness on the battlefield. We'll revive this guy. Be able to quickly cover him from any covering fire, and we're just gonna go ahead and kill any zombies we see here. Cover his back, and just continue to kill zombies. We do have did choose the best class, which allows us to hold more ammunition and hold all our perks upon getting down for the first time. The getting down part doesn't help. We're going to show you another stage of this, which is extremely important, and if you do not complete the stage, you cannot. But this is overall the hardest one for me, So first you have to find this lamp and you shoot it with the Tesla gun. And what should happen is that should start visibly and audibly sparking. Shoot it with your gun until you hear that. And you're actually going to want to continue shooting it with your gun. By the way, there is a specific timer. We did see some unforeseen issue where it just automatically swapped back to that first one. So you should see sparking. And the fun thing is that this can actually happen with these unlit lamps. They're gonna go green. You're gonna see that these lamps go green. Continue forward. Continue forward, finding the green lamps. And for some reason, sometimes when I do it, it just does it twice and doesn't even say I shot all the lamps. I find this confusing to me because I actually did shoot the lamps and it just didn't work. I don't know why this happens, but this is obviously an issue. And to me, this seems like it could easily be avoided if I simply shot the lamps correctly, even though I did shoot the lamps correctly and it just failed me, obviously. Either this during a wave or after a wave, I would recommend doing it. And again, just double hits, and it's back to square one. I don't know why that happens. I guess you're not supposed to do this with fully automatic weapons. It's not even my fault that this is happening. I just shoot it, and it just double shoots it, and I don't know why, and it doesn't... I can't do anything about it. Should have happened is I shot it and it didn't go to the next one. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I'm shooting the correct ones, it's just not going along. I haven't actually artificially failed. I've just had it glitch fail, which doesn't make much sense considering that this is actually not too difficult. You just have to know which one to shoot. So this one's done. This one's done. And now we're actually back to this part. We shot that one, and that one should be sparking. And we failed again. Okay. So I'm guessing what happens is we accidentally shot the other one, which artificially puts it to the other one, which then completely ruins the setup we've been trying to do because it forces me to go to that next one. I'm actually bored.